Hey everybody, it's BC here, and welcome to another episode of Planet Nomads. And yes, I'm on the pirate ship here, taking it for another test spin, trying it from a different seat without the sail on my face. Yes, that was a design flaw on my part. But just seeing how it goes. It's really nice to see a good frame rate around here, and as I was saying, I was planning on building a couple of rides around here. There is something I wanted to do today. Someone had actually suggested it was Mark Chamberlain was the user's name, had mentioned, asked if I'd be able to build a Ferris wheel. It's actually something I was thinking about doing. Oh wow, are we actually going to go over? Let's find out if I'd be able to do a Ferris wheel. And I was actually thinking about doing a Ferris wheel, but I'm actually thinking of doing something more like the London Eye, something much bigger, go on a grand scale. But I'm not going to do that one today. I'm actually going to live stream that one on this coming Sunday at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific, which would be 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll do a live stream and build it. It's going to be a pretty big project, and I'm going to try to introduce some wiring mechanics to it. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I meant to hit E because I want to watch it swing by. But today, I want to revisit the second ride that I built in this game, and that was... I didn't know what the original name was called, but it's actually called the Orbiter. It's like the Scrambler, but it's hinged, so as it spins, the cars go up sideways. Again, most of you know that as Lagzilla. But since I'm going to be doing a lot of building off-site, what I want to do is I want to get a better... Where's my flyer? Uh-oh. Did I lose it? Hang on a second. My flyer seems to be missing. Oh, there it is. I know, I should put a beacon on it. Well, this flare, I'm going to put, the next flare I build, which we're going to build right now, it's going to be something cheap, something big, something bulky, and I have a ton of storage. Oh, look at that, still going. Now watch this. When I back up, get within 100 meters away, it's going to stop moving. So, there we go. So I try to design my builds with that in mind. So, it's like when I did that roller coaster there, see, at 1.3 kilometers that way. I built that. Oh, we just crossed the lag border. Yeah, I was building that so everything would be within 100 meters of the player, same with the games and all that stuff, just so that everything would actually still be moving. Right now, even though it's drawn in at 500 meters, it's not actually animated. That's why the balloon's still stuck there. They sort of get in a frozen state because this game can be pretty intensive on the system. So that's why I'm trying to, what was it? I keep my builds within draw range. But for today, I want to do get something set up quickly for some off-site building so we can go back over there and do some more building. Because this thing doesn't... I can't fly today. This thing has okay storage, but I have so many containers that I have to deal with. Like a cat always lands on its feet. But it's not quite enough. It's okay if I'm doing smaller things like transformer or even the ladybug, but if I want to go like really big, I need like containers, and I should actually have enough for this. It's going to be my first personal vehicle I've used large blades for. Let's actually gain a moment to get my hotbar set up. Okay, here we go. So, really simple build. I should have enough room. I'm actually going to move this out of the way so I have a little bit more room, because basically all I'm doing is just taking a bunch of containers and strapping a bunch of large air blades to them. Right, just big transport. Speaking of transport, I do one of these days have to look at redesigning this thing, because we're going to have to go get supplies eventually. It's just a matter of time before we run out. That's not what I want. I want to turn that off. Again, it doesn't really matter if I turn that thing off or not. I got enough battery power plus solar panel, so it's good to go. Might have to move that. I don't know. but this is going to be like super simple. Stick a post there. We're going to take a large container, put the large container on top, put another one on top of there. We're going to go on this side. Actually, no, we're going to go on top first. Got to get a few blocks. Let's fill this in first. Okay, and now where would be the center point? Center point is right here. Now, I want to keep my air blades up just for... Alright, we'll go on the back then. Keep them up just for... keep your weight low. Prevent it from rolling. I'll do it like so. I'll just do the same on the other side here. 1, 2, 3. Same over here. And I realize I am building on such an angle. So I got to build out this way then. So 3. We'll put an air blade here. The thing about these large air blades is you can actually build on the ends of them, which is really handy. So we'll do that. And then that. We'll take our blocks, do the same thing. We'll go down 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll stick the container on here. Let's see here. This is going to be on the edge of... Come on, where are you? There you are. Right there. I love that floating snap. Comes in so handy. We do that there. And then connect this down here. And since it's getting dark, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put another stack of those over here on either side here, another set of air blades on this side, a set of air blades on that side, and I'll bring back the day and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay, there she is. I just ran over to the refinery to get some fuel, but I didn't realize, so I don't know if this is something that's always been, but you can open the containers from the side, you can open the containers from the bottom, but for some reason, unless it's just that one, and I guess it is just that one, but the container that's got all the deuterium in it, I couldn't open it from the top for some reason. Weird. Bugs, gotta love them. But yeah, this is my not so little red flyer. It's going to be basically my mobile building base. If you think this is overkill for storage, believe it or not, those containers are full, completely full. I've had everything set running on auto, so I have a full container of plates, a full container of frames. I think I had the circuits and the glass going too, full auto, full production. You know what I mean. Alright. Whoa. Lag spike. Autosave. Yes, I know it's out of power. It doesn't have enough power because I have a lot of lights on here. I'll show you those in a second, as soon as I get the rest of this fuel in. I don't really like using these ones because you can't conveyor feed them, but even then, it's 26 hours right there. But what I did is I actually put some lights on the bottom here that are controlled by the switchboard, and that's just, if I ever need some light, at least I got an overhead light here. And I decided to throw a couple of big black bumpers on the front of it here. I never did actually see how the cockpit view is sitting there. This isn't bad. I could fly this. Alright, now the question is, will it actually fly? Actually, that's actually something I forgot to do. I forgot to put a couple of number 8s on here, because this is also possibly going to be for, if I can, I'm going to utilize the item dispensers if I actually place them on the conveyor ports. And you had to rain, didn't you? Yeah, pay attention to the lag right now, because when we go back to the other area, there is going to be no lag. Now, because this is actually pretty big, I'm going to put, oh yeah, I have to move this. It's a little too close to the power station, or the power room. So let's actually unplant this and see if it goes. I should be safe. Famous last words. Perfect. And yes, I'm using my deuterium generators as my legs. I gotta configure everything. Oh, just squeeze underneath. Okay. So, that's gonna be everything directional, of course. So, which way are you going? Okay, you're going that way, good. And then you that way. And then I think I'm just gonna have steer in the front. That should be right. I can always change it later, even though I always say that and I never do. Alright, directional. Oh, that is backwards. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, keep that in mind. Yes, I will get the other one. Thank you for interrupting me. Okay, that's good. I heard a double click there, so I had to make sure. Alright, here you just go 1, 2, and 1 in the back. Am I still crouching? Oh, I am. I was doing the duck walk the whole time. Okay, let's get this laggy build vision off. Alright, well, this thing will actually lift up. Of course it will. There we go, I'm a mobile building fortress. Steering's not doing much. And there goes the balloon. Hello, you. Yeah, so I gotta switch it over in the back. Oh, what do you know? It puts me right on the bumper. Right underneath the fan blade. You gotta love it. Alright, let's get this build vision back on. And, so, this one is going that way, so this one will be going the other way, which means these ones only get a single click. Okay, let's give this a shot. Oh, I missed. The build vision lied me out, I swear. There we go. That's a little better. I can turn a little more. But anyways, I'm going to load this thing up, and I'll meet you back at the amusement park. Okay, I'm actually back at the ship here. I'm having some issues. Needless to say, the ship is not actually attached to the ride anymore. Alright, it's drawn out. I'm going to go back in and see what happens. I've actually had to use my emergency repair kit to try to salvage this situation, and it's not looking too good. If I can't fix this in the current build, I think I'm going to be switching over to that newer Unity copy that I have. It's not final. It's a version behind right now, but this is starting to get a little disappointing. Nothing but it was just one rotating plate that caused the problem. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can see it already. It's out of the water. I'm going to go in, and as soon as I get within 100 meters, it's going to start freaking out. I don't know what it's going to do this time. Last time it went sideways. Oh, there you go. It's popped right out. Just tweaking out and having all sorts of fun. And look at that. It's right in the middle of the supports now. So I'm going to go back into the other build there. I'm going to be perched on that mountain, and this thing's going to be rocking back and forth. No problem. So I'm going to stay in the updated Unity version. I know they are still trying to work on it, because this is proof right here. Not to mention the sliding on the bases, the ghosting bug, and all sorts of different little things. Like I said, this is not a final version. This is actually version 0.9.0.3. There's a lot of things I never did. This is just a developer copy. This is, like I said, what they sent me to help me fix the ladybug over there. But anyways, I have this thing completely loaded up. The textures are going to be a little darker in this. That's just how it worked out with the shaders in Unity, I think it was. So I need a place to build this thing. I also need to get rid of this rain and bring back the daylight. We're just going to let that thing do its thing. We are going to need a bit of an area, so let's go over here. I saw the poisoning guy down there. I might have to deal with him, I don't know. But so far it seems like it's don't have too many natives to deal with. So we'll just drop this thing right down here. I know it's a low front heavy, I don't really care. Just means it goes faster. No, I'm inside again. Do the limbo, get out. Alright, let's actually turn this thing off. And all the way in the back. There we go. So as you can see, I have this thing fully loaded. I have about, I don't know, about 6,000 frames, 6,000 plates. It's all nice and stocked up. So we are good to go. It's not just for this build, but for the time being. I checked the resource situation. We're not too bad. We're down to about 20 stacks of cobalt, but we have no biomass, so I'll have to do some biomassing eventually. I also realized too, I think the reason why the pirate ship might have had a problem is because I'm too close to the chunk boundary. Because when I was at the storage there, I saw that the beacon that I have here at the pirate ship was 565. So it was still sort of under a heavy load. But anyways, let me get my hotbar ready and we'll start building a ride. Alright, cleared out a few trees, almost cleared out myself. Let's not do that again. But anyways, I need an area about 60 by 60, I think it was. Yes. No, about 50 by 50. So I don't know how well it's going to work with the terrain, so I'm actually going to start a little bit higher. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to have a cross section going either way, 24 each way. This is just going to be the foundation of it. Let's see here. Okay, so sorry, just trying to think here. So we'll do it this way. It's going to, I have my measurements worked out. I need to get a foundation that's going to be 24 blocks out on each side center. I know these are 7, so that's 21 on either side. And then on the inside, it's going to be ceiling tiles. And this is just going to be the base of it. So it's going to be a 6 by 6, 3. Oh, that's the wrong spot. 4, 5. That is 5, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yes, so it's going to be 4 groups of 6 by 6 separated with this line in the middle, and that's going to be the foundation for a ride. So I'm going to go and get this all set out, and then we'll move on to the next step. So there's our platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the generator right in the middle, because it actually works out perfect right here. We're going to place it like so, and fill it up so I can actually see how much space it takes up. And I think it was 3 by 3. Yes. And then what I'm going to do for my center is I'm actually going to use these, but doubled up, because I need 15 underneath the arms for the cars, and leaves enough room for them to swing out. So that's going to be 4. Yeah, right up to here. So I'm going to go ahead and build a center column sort of round out of these, probably like 3 by 3 there, 3 by 3 there, and then it has to be like this for the spinner. So I'm going to go ahead and get something like this set up. On the top, I'm actually going to flip them over like this to try to get an effect with that orange mark. And there it is. So now we go ahead and start making the mechanics. And I was originally thinking of only having the hover pads touching 2 blocks, but I think maybe we'll go with 3. So I'm going to need 3 block space for the hover pad. So the hover pad's going to start about here, I think. So that's going to be where the rotating plate is. I'm not going to put the floor in like I usually do with the spinners, because it's only using the wall in that way, so I can actually access the generator. And then above the hover pad, I'll need 1 block space before the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building off with blocks here. Let's go to 3, so I need, let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I need to go up to here. And one more. Yes, the rotating plate goes here. And where is it? I guess it could go up one more. It doesn't really matter. Now we'll place it down like so. And yeah, then we go a block. And then this is where the hover pads are gonna go. And I'm putting the extra block here because I'm gonna go with 4 instead of 2. If I was only going 2, then I could have this in, and this wall could actually be in one more block to here. But since we're going to be moving a lot of weight and we want to try to get some speed going with it, that's what we're going to do. So that's going to be the top of the hover pad, that's going to be the space, and then that's going to be the arms that go to the cars. And then that way we have one block space so it doesn't clip and bind and whatnot. We go to the hover pads and reinforced frames. Can I reach that Wi-Fi? Not quite. Let me just run over here and grab a few things. But yeah, these are going to be set to grounded mode, and I'm not going to set them to hover like I usually do with the hover pads, and that's just because I want the ride to start once we actually get in the car, not to have it running all the time. What would be a good idea to be adjusted is things like wheels and hover pads only use power when they're actually being used, instead of just always being on, like they tend to be. Which way do I want this to go? Should we go clockwise or counterclockwise? Let's go clockwise, why not? So we'll put one there, and one here. Once it places. Come on, you know you want to. Anyway, let me get these on here and I'll bring you back. Okay, I had a little bit of trouble putting this last hover pad in. I had to take the wall out, put the hover pad on, then put the wall back in. And I just unlocked it to see if it would move, and then I locked it again. So now we go ahead and build our arms across. Haven't really decided too much on the color, but I think I'm just going to go with blue for the whole thing, and then the cars maybe we'll go with green. And then from here it was 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18. And that's been counting with BC. No. So we go 18 out, and then I was going to put 2 hinges on, which are number 6. And the hinges are going to be going this way. The reason why I'm using 2 hinges is I've noticed in my previous experiences, just recently actually, that the hinges will only bend about 45 degrees before there's resistance. So in this way, it's a possibility of going fully vertical on this thing. And then from here, it's going to be some blocks. Going to be 3 blocks, because we're going to have 2 more hover pads here. Where is it? There it is. And let's see. We're going this way, and I want to have the cars go in the same direction. So this one is going to have to be flipped around, because the way it is the hover pads are on here, so as they're actually moving the whole structure, these hover pads here are not going to move in this structure, they're going to move in the structure below it. So if I have the hover pad pushing this direction, whatever's here is going to be going clockwise as well. So as long as I have my cockpits facing this way, we should be able to get some pretty good speed going. But it is getting kind of rainy, so we're going to do that. And then rotating plate is going to be here, which was 4 again. And this is how I created Lagzilla before. Yes, I think the suspensions I put in had something to do with it. And no, it does not go there. It goes here. We'll put the rotating plate here, and then another block, and that's going to be our floor. That's going to be where the carriage is. And then from here, the actual ride has 3 arms, but I'm going to build 4 arms coming out, which are just going to be cockpits. Probably, what was it? Oh, going down to, think about here. As long as I have enough room, because I want the cockpit's going to be sticking out here, so when it starts swinging out, that, because of hypotenuse, I actually had to look this up online because I don't know math that well. But it was like 10 blocks down, 8 blocks across, it'd be a 13 block hypotenuse. So when it comes down, it's going to be to about here. So this gives us a little bit of space to work with. But I'm going to get the first one set up, and I'll bring you back and show you what I got. Alright, so there it is. So as you can see, it's going to be basically a large spinner. You know, this is about as small as you can make a motor at this point in time, so that's what we're gonna have to go with. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's gonna work. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, so I have 4 cockpits. I have the hover pad set, so this thing is gonna spin this way, and then while these are spinning this way, this whole thing is gonna be spinning this way. So it could be quite dizzying. Hopefully I have a good enough frame rate to do this. So yeah, so I have that set up. I got this set up. So I'm gonna put 3 more of these on here. I'm going to come across here and here. The arms I'm going to keep blue. I'll probably have 2 red cars, 2 green cars, just for the sake of coloring everything, because for the longest time I played this game, everything was white. And I'll keep saying it. I love the colors, and I'll keep using them. Okay, I have absolutely everything set up, ready to go. The one thing I haven't done is unlock the hinges and the rotating plates. Add some lights here, put some lights underneath here. Just for added effect, maybe get some interesting things going on at night. This is one of those builds where symmetry is somewhat important. Not only is everything dependent on this rotating plate. If this cockpit was forward one or back one, or even off to the side 1 block, it would throw this off just a little bit. So when it starts spinning, it's going to start creating like an oscillation. And I am in a newer version of Unity, so it shouldn't be an issue, but I have had many issues in the past with this. This is my nemesis, my absolute worst enemy, but I think I've got it tamed. Same with this main structure up here. Everything here is dependent on that one rotating plate. So if I'm out by 1 block, or even have an extra block on any one of these, that could cause problems, especially the fact that the hover pads might actually start hitting the wall and cause it to stop moving. But what we're going to do is I'm actually do this on camera, because that's usually when things go wrong, as I start unlocking everything. Is I'm going to unlock the hinges, alright, then unlock the rotating plates. I'm going to do that on all of them. I could use a terminal for this, but I'd like to keep an eye on them just to make sure that nothing's going to go wrong, and if it does, at least I can lock it right away. Alright, and then we'll unlock that. And then these. I remember last time I actually built this thing in the old world. I actually had to plant every single piece. I had to plant this, I had to plant that. And then it was, as soon as I started taking things apart, it started going horribly wrong. And I think that was it, was it not? Yes, it was. Now for this one. And we should be good to go. Oh, that's not what I want. I actually want to open it. Okay, and deuterium. Oh, lit up, my heart stopped. It's like, oh, I better get out of here. Alright, well, let's hop in the green car, shall we? Whoa. There's some crazy things going on. See, it's the rocking. There's too much play in that rotating plate. So I probably should have had 4 on here. That's what I thought was going to happen. It's actually hitting. Now I could fix that. But that would involve me taking it completely apart. There's too much play on those things. Let's go to the red one. The red one is Going the wrong way. Why are they going the wrong way? Thought I had the hover pads pushing. I have no idea. Game still works, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, that was a close one. Let's see if I can grab one of these cockpits without getting hit. There we go. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot to mention if you do get dizzy or motion sickness, you might not want to watch this, but seeing as how it's jumping back and forth. Oh, I can't wait till we get powered blocks. Oh, that's going to be great. Even the main center there isn't getting the speed that I wanted it to. Well, there we go. If you're looking for a ride that's going to scare the pants off of you, I'm sure this will do it. But that's going to be it for this episode. One of the things I do know is they have mentioned it in the forums already. I already knew about this, but they are currently working on blueprinting, which means we're going to be able to share creations through the workshop. Oh, of course, as soon as I get out, it starts running fine. Go figure. Yeah, so I'd be able to share creations like this and that. You could break a game with them because unfortunately they're not working in any version but the newer Unity. And there we go. We actually have the lights going. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.